Hey everybody. So today is the day. We're doing it. It's election day, but we're not going to talk about election results here. We're going to just talk about um, some of the stuff that's been brought up in the UFO world over the years with various presidents. We'll go, I think, as far back as Truman. Obviously, that's kind of when the initial sightings and reactions started taking place. It has a lot to do with probably the atomic bomb, stuff like that. And then we'll go through it. So I just wanted this to be a little bit of a lighter video, a little bit of an education on kind of the history of presidents and UFOs and UAPs. So let's go back to some of the earlier, put on my light here, earlier stories with UFOs and UAPs. So the first one, again, the first time we ever really saw a president talk about UFOs was with Harry Truman in the 40s, early 50s, 1950 specifically. Truman addressed the topic during a press conference saying, "I can assure you flying saucers, given that they exist, are not constructed by any power on Earth." So that was kind of the first big UFO acknowledgement by a sitting president. And then we go down a little bit further. Eisenhower never really touched on it, even though there are rumors. And again, I always want to state these are just rumors that he did meet with some ETs. Kennedy, it was an interesting one because there's a lot of rumors. There's nothing, he never spoke about anything publicly to my knowledge, but there were rumors that he was very interested in the topic, and he shared some info with the Soviet Union at the time to help ease tensions and prevent misunderstandings during that era. So he showed them, hey, these things. Again, the rumor is he showed them that, hey, these things are flying around, so if you see anything like this, this is not us. We do not have anything like this, so please understand that. I know tensions are high, but we don't have anything. Jimmy Carter, I think, was the first one, and I have my notes here, was the first one to really say anything, and I think he has his own personal sighting story. It was reported he saw one in 1969, described it as the darndest thing I've ever seen, which is very Jimmy Carter-ish way of saying things. During his campaign, he promised to make all UFO information available to the public. And then after taking office, Carter stated that releasing some information could pose a threat to the national security, leading to limited disclosure. So that was kind of the first step, and that was in the late 70s, early 80s. And then we have Reagan, who said he did see a UFO when he was governor of California in the 70s. He said he did see one. And then there's an incident, or not an incident, but he mentioned something during a UN speech in 1987. He mentioned the possibility of an alien threat uniting humanity, stating, "I occasionally think how quickly our difference worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world." Now, this goes, again, for those of us that understand things, this kind of ties into the Project Bluebeam idea that's been going on around, where they'll stage an alien invasion to try to unite humanity under the banner of self-defense, protection of each other. But this is Reagan saying it. I'm not going to make any political statements, but take it as you will. And then Bill Clinton also was curious about UFOs. He stated that he had aides search Area 51 to make sure there was no alien down there. And then way after his presidency, 2014, in an interview, mentioned that if he had found anything, he would have disclosed it, adding, "I wouldn't be surprised if we were visited someday, but I hope it's not like Independence Day." So not really much from Bill Clinton. Then we have George W. Bush, who did not really talk about UFOs during his tenure. And then in a post-presidency interview, when asked about UFOs, he declined to comment, stating, "I'm not telling you." Which I kind of feel like that's a Bush way of saying, this is Bush Jr. saying that they do exist. All right, now we go to Obama. Obama said in a 2021 interview, former President Obama acknowledges that the existence of footage showing objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. This is kind of the beginning of the shift, to the UAP, kind of serious conversations about national defense, which, again, goes all the way back to Carter, who's kind of the first one to mention it in a kind of self-defense kind of measure or lens. So it's interesting that you didn't really get that conversation until Obama mentioned it. He also said that there are records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. Again, not totally dismissing it, but saying, hey, we don't know what these are. Again, UAP kind of things. Then that leads us to Trump, who was kind of the last president to really say anything about UFOs. And he talked about it recently, too, on the Rogan interview, I believe, which I did not watch, but he mentioned it. Obviously, he started the Space Force. He started the UAP task force during his tenure. Actually, it's in my notes. Established the United Aerial Phenomena Task Force in 2020. In 2020, he also said, "I won't talk to you about what I know about it, but it's very interesting," which is a very Trump way of saying that. I think I have another quote from Trump that's recently. Maybe I don't. UFO expert Nick Pope suggests Trump might push for the release of classified UAP information if reelected. And the recent Joe Rogan podcast, he was told a lot about UAPs. That's what he told Joe Rogan. So if Trump wins, maybe we'll get some more UAP information, but I wouldn't count on it. Outside of the hearings, I think everything is going to be pretty relegated to those hearings for now, unless something big happens. Joe Biden has not made any statements regarding UAPs or UFOs, but his admin did not get rid of the UAP task force. Actually, he expanded on it, establishing the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group in 2021. So Joe Biden continued, or at least his administration continued, the UAP kind of investigation, research, even established this new group in 2021. So that's kind of where we are, up to date with the presidents from Truman to Biden and possibly Trump. Kamala has not really talked about UAPs at all, which I don't see why she would. It's not really what the crowd would want from her. So I understand that. But again, thought I'd jump on, do this little video, talk about some of the history of presidents and their discussion on UAPs, or some of their non-discussion since Truman in the 40s. So let me know what you guys think. I really don't know what to expect with the next president. I don't know if we get UAP disclosure. I think if Trump wins, he's more likely to talk about it. I don't think Kamala's going to talk about it, but either way, we're getting congressional hearings still, I believe. So something's happening no matter who's the president. Things are moving forward in this respect. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you think about this history. If you have anything to add, would love some more insights in the comments below. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Would love to have you here. And if you're interested in doing more live streams like this, I know a lot of people are probably going to miss this one, But if you are interested in maybe scheduled out live streams, let me know too, and we could work on doing that. But for now, I'll leave it there. Thanks again for watching, and see you soon. Bye.